Hey everybody, I'm Adam Biggers, Michigan State beat writer, FanRag Sports, and next to me is Matt Godin, former Michigan defensive lineman now, and we're showing down at Mr. Spot's, going to talk some football, eat a bunch of food, wings, steak sandwiches, everything. Matt, just coming off draft weekend and getting that call, obviously this is like a major step in your life. Just have you had time to kind of think about it, or is it just moving really fast?
Yeah, I've had a little bit of time to think about it, but it's been moving pretty fast. I moved down there this upcoming Thursday, and I'm excited for it.
I remember asking you on the phone because NFL is no different breed. I mean, high-level college football, business kind of aspect, it's competitive, but I mean, you're going to be competing against guys who are literally trying to, support families, put food on the table, that kind of stuff. And I remember asking you, how you match that intensity, and you said like you're just as hungry as them. I mean, can you just kind of describe? I mean, you proved yourself a lot at Michigan, and I mean, do you feel like now you're in that position now where you got to redo that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just as motivated as them. I mean, obviously I don't have a family right now, but I mean, I'm making a living too, so I'm just as motivated.
Well, yeah, motivation-wise.
Yeah, motivation-wise. There's motivation everywhere,
What was it? Just walk me through that phone call. They call you up, hey, this is Houston Texans, we like you, we want to sign you. Can you kind of walk me through that?
Yeah, so I was talking to them for a couple of weeks beforehand, here and there, and I knew they were interested. Obviously, I was very interested in them. I mean, I kind of knew I was going to be heading their way. But yeah, they called me, hit me up, and said, "We want to sign you," and I said, "Let's do it."
If you guys have any questions, I see Jim Zabo's watching. Karen, thanks for sharing the video. If you guys have any questions, feel free. Just type away. I'll make Matt answer them as well. Matt also brought along his girlfriend Brooke today, who promised to tell an embarrassing story. So we might, hopefully not. He said.
Yeah, hopefully not an embarrassing story.
Matt, the defensive line got a lot of attention the past 2 years. I mean, what was it like just being a part? I mean, really during your time, I feel like the defensive line was always a strength. But the past 2 years, you guys got a lot of attention. What was it like being a big part of that? What was it like just kind of watching everything happen?
Oh, it was great. I mean, the last couple of years, I mean, ever since we were there, as a defense, we always want to be the best, and as a D-line, just seeing our improvement every year and just seeing our hard work pay off, really, it was great to see. It was exciting.
Did it surprise you? And I mean, if you look at, rotation, you guys had, 8, 9, 10 guys, and all of you probably would have been, like a main guy on a different team, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I remember talking to you, had you been at a different school, you may have been, like, their big-time defensive lineman. But, I mean, what was it like just being a part of, like, such a talented rotation where all of you guys were, at that level?
Oh, it was great. I mean, especially, we usually win every 3 plays, and it was fun. I mean, that's all you can really say. It was fun. And we grew so close as a unit over the years, too. And, it was exciting.
I remember also, you said in high school, you feel like you knew how to play defensive line. You get to college, you get with Greg Mattison, and you kind of learn otherwise. What was that like? And then kind of also, do you feel like you might have to go through the same process going to NFL?
Yeah, because every system, there's different ways that you're supposed to play different blocks and different stunts, etc. But yeah, I mean, I came in like every freshman usually, a little overly confident, thinking you're everything about playing D-line, and I learned quick that I had a lot of progress that needed to be made, but it was good. I mean, Coach Mattison helped me the whole way, and he's the reason why I kept getting better.
We have a question from Mike Palka. Before that, though, was there like kind of the aha moment when you're like, okay, yeah, now this is college football, and now this is a totally different animal?
Yeah, probably just when I first got there, during camp 2012.
How different was it being hit, by guys your size, whereas in high school for the most part, you were a lot bigger than most guys, I think. What was it like kind of facing that similar thing, getting hit by another college guy?
I think it was just like the technique level, you know. Guys who are a little older than you, they have better technique. Not as much the size, you know, just a better technique.
Mike Palco, as I'm stuffing my face, wants to know, how has Jim Harbaugh prepared you for the NFL? Is there anything specifically that Jim has said to you, anything kind of sticks with you?
I mean, he just kind of prepared everyone on the team the same, you know, and you know the way we practice, just the way we kind of have our outlook on, you know, every day we come in there to work, off-season workouts, 4-hour spring practices. I mean, if there's one thing that we were as a team, we were tough. And,
What was it like? I mean, that's 11 guys in the draft, 7 undrafted free agents, 18 of 19 eligible players. What was it like just seeing that, you know, throughout the weekend? If you're on Twitter, you know, you're seeing guys announce their UDFA deals, or you know where they're drafted. I mean, what was it like just kind of seeing all that happen?
It was great. I mean, seeing all these guys that you kind of grew up with in college the last few years, and you know, worked hard with, and just seeing them all their dreams come true is it's great to see. Especially my fellow line mates too. You know, on the D line, Taco, Ryan, Chris, you know, getting drafted. It was great to see.
Yeah, I mean, what does that say? I mean, the statistics, I think, spoke for themselves for the most part. But, I mean, you, like I said, Taco, first-round pick. Chris, he was a third-rounder. I mean, so much talent up there. I mean, what does this D-line draft class kind of say?
That we were a good D-line.
Well, I guess.
We played some good football.
Way to answer. Good one. I've always been I feel like Greg Mattison has always been a huge piece, whether he was a defensive coordinator, whether that he stepped back and was coaching linebackers a little bit a couple of years ago, D-line. What does his presence mean to the program? What is Greg, and being your position coach, what has Greg Mattison done specifically that's influenced you?
I mean, he means a lot to the program. Like I said earlier, I mean, he's the reason why all of us, you know, improved over the years. And who's paying the bill?
Not me, not Matt. I think it's a gift on the house from Mr. Spots. It's okay.
Am I a Seattle fan? No, I'm a Texans
fan.
fan.
Matt is Seattle fan. No, he's a Texans fan.
I am a Texans fan.
Matt, you can come to Spots and you can pay the bill if you'd like.
Yeah, we can eat some more food. You can come play.
The 3 shutout streak in 2015. I feel like that was a hallmark. I feel like that got a lot of guys noticed. Do you feel like that? Maybe that shutout streak was something that really kind of cast the attention on the defense?
Oh, definitely. And probably, I mean, that was probably my favorite moment ever as a player at Michigan was the Northwestern game.
This person knows you.
Oh, you're sorry.
How much did sophomore year biology prepare you for the NFL draft?
Max, let me tell you, it didn't prepare me much, and you know that.
Like how much, really? I mean, going into it.
What, the
biology? Yeah, I feel like, no.
We'd have to get the biology book out and start looking at it. We don't want to do that right now.
Well, a lot of people don't realize I mean, it takes a lot of hours and dedication, discipline. This is something I talked to you about. I feel like you've always been a pretty disciplined guy. Take us into what it really is like being a student athlete. I mean, you guys are carrying full load of class. You guys have practices that, you know, command the same amount of time as like a full-time job.
Yeah, it is a full-time job all the way. I mean, you don't have much, you know, time for anything else, but I mean, it's what you signed up for.
Right.
And, you know, I loved every minute of it, so.
The NFL, obviously, you guys are out of college. A lot more, I guess, on your own time kind of thing. How much did Michigan, Arbor, Mattison, just how much did playing here kind of prepare you to really, I'm not saying that you wouldn't take it seriously, but do you feel like it kind of gives you a little bit of advantage, I guess is what I'm going with.
Hopefully. We'll see in a few days. Hopefully it gives me a big advantage, but I think it will. And like I said earlier, too, just the discipline thing, you know. I mean, whether it was Coach Hope, you know, Coach Harbaugh, Coach Mattison, all the coaches being, you know, very disciplined in teaching us football and, you know, our schedule every day. So I think that's definitely going to help me to the next level.
I'm going to take some more bites here. Let's play word association with your Taco Charlton. What comes to mind when you hear the name Taco Charlton?
Mexican food. Just kidding.
Ryan Glasgow.
Got it. Brooke, what do you think? Funny.
Is he the best storyteller on the team? Because I feel like Ryan always has.
I mean, we all have good stories. Just I don't know if I want to give them to you.
Because might be a little inappropriate.
I feel like the one when he told us. All the Glasgows, really, I feel like are pretty good storytellers. But when Ryan was, the Teeth story and Jordan, that kind of stuff. What was the camaraderie like? I mean, everybody. I mean, obviously your teammates, that kind of stuff. I mean, is it really the close friend kind of thing? You guys really spend all kinds of time together.
Yeah, it is. In the building, our house too. Ryan, Bob Henderson, me, Graham used to live there too. Jack Miller. There's a lot of camaraderie. Yeah.
How much of a difference does that make? I mean, talent-wise, if you guys go out on the field, you do well, that's whatever. But I feel like the more you like your teammates, the harder you want to play for them. So, I mean, through the 5 years here, how did that develop?
I would say we were a pretty close team from the start. Everyone there was never any, disputes between anyone or, anyone getting mad at each other, so.
What was that transition like from Brady to Jim? What was going through your mind? What was going through your teammates' mind?
I mean, personally, I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, I knew he was a great coach and a tough coach, so I think everyone was just they didn't know what to expect with him.
What was he like? Just how did he introduce himself to you guys? How did he? I guess was there a meeting and saying, okay, hey, I'm Jim Harbaugh, I'm the new head coach. This is how things are going to go. How did that whole thing come?
That's actually how it went.
Is it?
Yeah, we said a team meeting. He said, this is how it's going to go. This is the schedule. Work hard. Let's go.
Short.
Everyone's like, all right. Well, everyone jumped on board, and we've been successful the last couple of years.
A lot, and I remember asking Eric Mattison the same question, and a lot of guys have said the same thing almost. It's like, what you see is what you get. A lot of people like to have fun with the little Harbaugh stuff, but it's like, really what you see is what you get. What is kind of your assumption of him? How much personal time have you spent with him? What kind of person is he?
He's a great person. He's a very dedicated coach. I mean, he's in the building longer than anyone. He's always scheming, finding a way to, during the season, obviously, to find a team's weakness, for us to play better. And,
Did you get a chance to check out the spring game at all? I mean, I know that you're probably busy a little bit, but were you around the team in spring? Were you able to kind of pick up anything, any impressions?
Not really. I know everyone stepped up on the D-line. Obviously, Mo Hurst has stepped up, Monet, Rashawn big time.
Yeah. And that was a question.
And that's all expected, too. I mean, we all expected that to happen.
Well, and that was a question I was going to ask you, too, because, I mean, I feel like if you guys like yourself, you kind of left you set the bar, whatever, the hard work kind of thing, of course. And it's cliche, but I mean, you don't get anywhere unless you work hard.
Yeah.
And everybody's been talking, and everybody's been.
Wings? I don't want to eat
all these.
I might eat all these and you won't have any.
Go at it. A lot of people, Rashawn, Carlo, Count, those kind of. I mean, what have you seen out of the young guys other than Rashawn? Everybody knows about Rashawn. What have you seen out of some of the other younger guys?
I mean, great things. Carlo, we called him Mini Wormley. Because, similar styles, both physical players. And Chris kind of took him under his wing, too. It wasn't just Rashawn.
Right.
And Carlo's going to be a great player, too. I mean, I was surprised by how physical he was when he came in and how he played. And usually freshmen, it takes him a little time.
Right.
But he's good, too. So
No real learning curve with him?
I mean, there's definitely a learning curve, but him behind Rashawn, and I mean, those are two great players,
You've had a chance, and probably more than a lot of other people, to see Brian Monet in action in practice. And I mean, I feel like when I look at Brian, we haven't seen his peak performance yet because he's still an injury will happen, and I feel like he's got some pretty bad luck, especially these past couple of years. when you look at peak level Brian, peak level Maurice, I mean, do you feel like there's going to be any drop off from last year, defensive line wise?
No, I think they're both talented, and the big thing is just staying healthy for both of them. You know, that's always the problem. Is everyone seems to stay healthy. So if Monet stays healthy, I mean, the sky's the limit.
You were fortunate enough to stay pretty healthy though throughout your career. I mean,
here and there.
How do you? I mean, when you do get bumped up and everything like that. I mean, is it? Well, I guess what is the process like? I mean, what do they do as far as diagnosis? Here's what you have to do. Kind of what is the protocol for that?
Show me pinky.
Yeah, well, actually, my pinky's never healed.
Oh.
So you see that.
Well, that's great. Show that.
You guys want to see my pinky?
But
My girlfriend right here, she still loves me even though my pinky looks like that. Surprisingly.
Did you get a call in a face mask?
No, the Maryland game, their right tackle. Actually, it was the last play of the game. I think landed on it and just crunched, and my tendons are all kind of
at that point. Did you know that?
Well, I tried fixing it, but I mean, I had the rest of the season left.
By fixing it, what do you mean?
No, we put it in a splint.
Oh, okay.
But then it come practice time, and I'm just like, I don't have time I don't want to wrap this thing up again. So I just go practice.
Stacy Seeger Allen, Kenny's mom, says.
Kenny's mom.
Fenton is proud of you, Matt. Hashtag 810. A lot of athletes, Flint area. I'll touch on that just a little bit. I want to kind of get into the NFL stuff a little bit more, but a lot of athletes from the Flint area, everywhere, it seems like. I mean, you growing up in Flint for 12 years and being in Fenton, I mean, you didn't play high school ball here, but you know a lot of the guys in the Flint area. Just what is that, just the athletic environment like?
Oh, I mean, it's very athletic.
Because it seems like, you know what I mean, like everybody, there's a Flint thing. If you're a Flint guy,
there's a Flint thing. I mean, I don't claim Flint because I'm not from Flint.
Well, you lived there for 12 years.
I'm from Genesee County. Yeah, like I know a lot of guys that have come out. Yeah, and I played in the Grambling recreational little league, so I played there for Pee Wee. Pretty sure guys I played with Justice Hayes played in little league there too. I mean, I didn't know who he was at the time, but I played in that. A few other guys too. So.
Yeah, because it's weird. Like, you know, with me, I'm like always looking at stats. I'm always looking at rosters, and you see guys, Flint or surrounding areas, and it's not a big city. You know, I mean, Genesee County isn't like a mega populated county. It's not like Oakland or Macomb, but yet there's so many D1 college athletes coming out of there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, what are your impressions? I mean, you're going to join a team with, I mean, arguably, not even just the best defensive player, maybe the best football player in the NFL. Yeah. J.J. Watt, I mean, and Texans, they picked up Deshaun Watson from Clemson through the draft.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson.
You're going to have Jadeveon Clowney. You played against, not directly, but you guys played.
Yeah. But yeah,
we get South Carolina in that Outback Bowl.
Yeah, I saw him take on Vincent Smith.
Yeah, I mean, so what? I mean, now you're not only going to NFL, but you're going to be playing against elite guys within your position group.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll be able to learn from them. That's the big thing.
Is there like any sense of nerves or anything? I mean,
not really. I'm just excited, to get down there and meet everyone and compete and just keep working hard.
A lot of NFL.
Hey, Matt, I have a question. Are you bummed you're not with the Cleveland Browns?
No, I'm not.
Damn, dude, you don't know what you're missing. Pepper's going to light it up for Cleveland.
Yeah, Stribling too.
You join Channing Stribling down there?
I'm a loser Browns fan, people.
Well, now you have something to cheer for.
They might turn it around. You never know.
Hey. Channing too, Stribling.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
maybe they'll ignite
and for Jabril, really, I think that's a good spot.
Did you see some idiot ask Jabril, timeouts in Cleveland, everybody does the OH chair. Are you going to be a part of that? He's like, not
Absolutely
a chance.
And let's put that, Matt, and I don't want to get, he said, Jabril, you played around him, the whole fake injury thing, that people, Danny Cannell suggesting that Jabril, he said the Michigan players had told him.
Yeah.
And I asked Danny, I said, which Michigan players did you talk to? What do you make of all that? I mean, you were around Jabril for 3 years. You know what kind of guy.
He would never do that. He's a competitor. He wanted to play, and he pulled his hammy. That's what it was, I think, right?
Yeah,
pulled his hammy, and he couldn't go. And I don't think any of us doubted him who really know him. And I didn't doubt him for a second. And he's a competitor, so I knew if he was able to be out there, he would have been out there.
Does it? I mean, and I want to ask you this question too. Does it irritate you guys? Like, you'll see, like, say for instance, you see a report on whatever, and you know it's inaccurate, but does part of you want to like go on there and call that person out and say, hey, what you wrote about me is not true, or do you kind of just bite your tongue and not say anything?
I mean, some guys are more vocal than others on our team. Some guys will respond. I've never been big with the social media anyways. But
I want to see Feinbaum get his ass.
Yeah, I'm not happy. Feinbaum, someone can say something to him.
Keith's going to get us in trouble.
Yeah, seriously.
But back to I mean, what else do you know about, I mean, the Houston Texans? I mean, how much, because I mean, they had shown some interest prior, so I mean, it's not like it was a brand new. How much homework did you do? I mean, did you start, because I know that you're into history, that kind of stuff. Did you start looking up the history of the Houston Texans, or were you reading about the history of the state of Texas?
No, just more looking at their defense and watching some highlights of how they play and stuff.
Was there anything that jumped out immediately?
I mean, they play fast and physical, and that's about it. And I love that. That's how we play defense here. So. Well,
and that was like with Don Brown's defense, Greg Mattison. Greg obviously has an NFL pedigree. I mean, I remember when Harbaugh got here, he said he basically wants to make you guys like the 33rd NFL team. And a lot of people read about it, they'll hear about it. What really is that, like, that NFL mentality? What is that like living that?
I mean, it's great. I mean, Coach Harbaugh, he'd always say, I mean, you want to go to the NFL. I mean, that should be your goal. You know? Not only just being a great football player here at Michigan, but you want to have that goal of playing professionally. And I think guys already had that motivation anyways. But him just bringing it up and just showing how you doing, Greg?
Greg Molson. I grew up watching Greg on TV. You remember Greg from TV 12?
Oh yeah.
Hi, Greg. How you doing?
What's up, Greg? Go Blue.
They can say that. They'll say that. Matt'll say that. Tell me something. I remember you telling me that Northwestern game, 2015, at the end when you heard the crowd chanting defense. That's got to make you guys just like tingle inside, right? Especially when you guys are like pitching a shutout. You're in the middle of that three. What is that like when you're just standing on the field? You got 113,000 people just screaming at you, cheering for you.
It was amazing. I mean, that was probably one of the greatest feelings as a player. There was, hearing the crowd just acknowledge, the defense. Because a lot of people, they always love the offense and all the flashiness, but just kind of respecting, acknowledging the defense and all the work we put in, and getting that third shutout in a row and hearing the fans. That was pretty special.
Sorry, I'm about to choke on my wing here, because defense really did become a hallmark for you guys. So I feel, you do mention in the offense, but I feel the whole defense wins championship kind of thing, and I feel like you guys really just kind of embodied that. And there's so many like different cliches in football, the hard work thing, defense wins championship, one play at a time, but I mean, it really is that approach, and unless you live it, I think maybe you don't really fully understand it.
Oh, exactly. And it is like a little cliche because you hear it so many times. Right. But it's true. I mean, if you don't let them score or score that many points, I mean, you're going to win the game.
Exactly.
So, it's pretty simple.
That environment coming from, running out of the tunnel and everything, like a lot of people romanticize that kind of stuff. I mean, when you get to the NFL, are you worried? I mean, maybe it's not the same kind of vibe. I mean, is it? Have you thought about that? I guess is it something that you're always gonna think about as far as, okay, this was special. It wasn't just playing college football. Like, I really did play college football at a special place.
No, I mean, it was definitely special, but I can't even speak really about the NFL yet because I haven't even been down to Texas.
Well,
yet,
I know.
To Houston. But you hear things. You hear like how it's not as much of a team atmosphere that, but I mean, maybe it is. Maybe we will. Maybe it will be a good team atmosphere.
So, Brooke, are you going to help him pack for Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the? I mean, is it kind of? It's just a quick trip, right? I mean, you're not moving down there yet.
Yeah. So I think it's a little over a month, and then we get a little break, and then we're back down there.
So what's the immediate plan? Excuse me. Go there, camp, get settled in, get a place. Like, have they talked to you about that kind of stuff? Do they help you with that kind of stuff, or is that all? That's all on you now.
I mean, it's kind of on you, but I'm sure they will talk to us about that. But I just want to take care of business first. I want to go down there and play well, and do everything that I want to accomplish, and help out the team as much as possible.
What is like the mini camp when you get there? Like, what exactly are you going to do when you get there? Or do you
look at the schedule? Look at the schedule. See what learn the new defense. Learn the techniques of the new defense, and everything that goes along with it, and just meet everyone in the building and build some relationships.
This is a good question, and this is why Doug is he and I co-manage a city baseball team in the summer league. And Doug, big Michigan fan, really good question here. He said, Matt, what's the one thing you want the Texans to see from you that separates you from all the other undrafted rookies that were signed? What's your focus?
Doug, I want them to see that I play with really good technique. I play 100 miles per hour at all times. I play physical, very physical at all times. That's my game. And I'll get the job done. I'll do what I'm asked to do. I won't try to be selfish and go out of my way to make a big play. I mean, I want to make a big play, but I'm going to do what the defense asks of me. And I'm going to play physical again.
That's a good answer. I remember talking to you in high school, and you were down to, I think, Michigan State. You had several other options, and I asked you a question. I forgot exactly what the question was, but I remember I'll remember this forever. You said, I just like to hit people. It wasn't like it was, I guess. I mean, I think that's your job on the field, right?
That's kind of cliche too, but I mean, I think you asked me, you're like, what is a favorite thing about it? And I think I told you, it's physical. It's a physical game, and I just like to hit people.
Right. But that's part of it. Are there? And I'm not trying to like
get me all amped up.
Well, yeah, I know, right? After this, Matt and I, we're gonna go out. We're gonna bust out the sled. He's gonna push me down State Street.
Drive the sled down State Street.
And I'm not by any means. No one's ever trying to hurt somebody, but have you ever hit somebody so hard you knew right then, like, I just hurt this guy?
No, not really. I don't think so.
That's never happened?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. See, that's
usually, you just tackle someone. I'm like, all right, next play.
Because that's always something that That's always something that I've wanted to know. Because I mean, with the pads and everything, maybe you don't always know. But I'm wondering if you just hit somebody so hard, you automatically know, like, man, I just gave this guy a concussion, and I just popped his shoulders. I did something.
I mean, if you hit someone harder, then
it's probably gonna hurt.
No, I've never really had that moment.
What was the toughest game that you ever had to play? Toughest series throughout your career? Is there one that sticks in your mind, like
toughest game last year?
Or throughout your career, toughest game, toughest series, something that you feel like maybe like defined your time at Michigan, something that you'll always, you know what I mean? I know there's a ton of memories.
Yeah,
but I mean, is there
team-wise or?
Yeah, or more specifically for you, is there?
I mean, obviously team-wise, just coming back from a terrible season in 2014, and us older guys, staying focused and coming back and having 2 good years. Obviously we wish we would have won Big Ten championship and done some other things, but just coming back and being successful. And then personally, I'd say coming back from I kind of banged up my shoulder a little bit in 2015 towards the end of the season, and I had some bad games, and I was pretty down on myself about it, but I came back and just kept my head down and kept working hard, and I had faith in myself and came back and had a pretty good senior year.
A couple more questions for Matt, and again, there will be a feature on that on FanRag Sports. I'll have that at some point, probably this week or maybe for next. And we'll kind of take a look at Houston Texans, that kind of stuff. Excuse me. Here's another one from Eric Hammis. At what point in your life did you realize that you had the potential to play in the NFL?
I mean, once I got into college football, obviously that was my goal in my mind, but as I progressed and got older, and, you know, through my career, I started to realize, you know what, I can do this professionally, and I can play with them.
Differences and similarities between Harbaugh and Hope. And I think we kind of covered this a little bit. I mean, difference-wise. And here's something, too, I feel like a lot, and I think Michigan fans sometimes get this kind of screwed up. It's not like Brady Hope was a bad coach. It's not like Brady Hope was a bad guy. And I mean, that I feel like that's something that a lot of, you know what I mean, the narrative, like, okay, well, Brady Hope just didn't know what he was doing. Brady Hope just recruited all of you guys who just got drafted and signed.
That's just like some overly aggressive fans who
yeah.
just like need to chill out. I mean, he's not a bad coach. He he brought us all in. Hell of a defensive mind. I mean, he's a good coach, and I mean the similarities are. I mean, they're both tough coaches, Brady and Coach Harbaugh. Both really want to bring the best out of you at all times. And I'd say the difference is obviously, Coach Harbaugh, he's a little more offensive. He works with the offense mostly.
Right. Well, he's a quarterback, so.
Yeah, he's a quarterback, so that's probably the biggest difference.
Don't get mad at me for it. How much does that Ohio State, or did I just like open up I just peeled the Band-Aid off the wound? How much is that game gonna like live with you forever? Is that gonna burn inside you? Because I mean, and let's get this clear. You guys did get jobbed. You don't have to say it. I'll say it. You guys got jobs. Is that, I guess, like sour? I mean, is that
my cousin?
More celery, less wings, big. And Luke in fairness, I told Matt, I said he was only going to get a chicken sandwich. I said no, you can't. You got to do more than that. So there he goes with the celery.
Luke, I'm just trying to justify the wings with the celery.
How much does that Ohio State game really, like, do you think about it still? I mean, how much does that stick with you guys?
I mean, obviously it's in my head. I think about it sometimes, but I mean, you got to move on from it. But from now on, every time I watch that game every year, I'm gonna get pretty fired up.
Well, so. I can imagine. I remember talking to you before the Michigan State game, and I felt like
that was a whole other animal for me.
Well, because Michigan State heavily recruited you as well, but we'll get into that. But I feel like you guys knew you were going to beat Michigan State this year. I feel like you knew.
Well, we were confident in ourselves, but like you don't really know until the end. But we were confident we were going to go out there and beat their ass.
Let's end it up. You said Michigan State, whole another animal, and I saw you kind of light up a little bit about what was it like playing Michigan State. The 2015 game here, then you guys go to Spartan Stadium, pretty decisive win.
What?
Describe that.
I mean, it's just another animal for me because I'm from Michigan. I hear a lot of flack from Michigan State people, and I would never really speak on it, but you kind of just keep it inside. And I think there was just a lot of just pent up aggression on our team from like the year before too, losing at the last second.
Oh yeah,
and just like all the shit talking from them too over the years, and I think that's what kind of like got us motivated. And, it's good to get Paul back in Ann Arbor this year.
Yeah, I saw. I think don't you have that as like your Twitter avatar, don't you?
I think I do. So yeah.
Brooke, how many games did you watch Matt play? Can you estimate?
I watched all of them. I went to probably 4 this year and 4 last year.
Was there like a favorite game for you?
I think it was Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
And what about that game?
Is that the one where that guy caught it with one hand?
That guy with the one hand. Yeah, Jordan Lewis.
That was insane.
That was.
Like seeing that in real life.
So are you going?
Not on the screen.
Are you going to Houston with Matt?
Well, I had to finish up college.
Oh,
she still has another semester.
Oh, okay. Well, here I am. I'm like pushing the envelope here. Matt's like, slow down. I'm like, are you moving in with him?
No, we've talked about it.
Well,
just has to finish up school first, then we're gonna figure it out.
excellent. Well, really like to thank Tim and Keith here at Mr. Spots for hooking us up
Thank you,
with all this
Tim and
food.
Keith.
If you guys are in the area, it is worth stopping in. Wings, steak sandwiches, 808 State Street. Matt, pleasure covering you past few years, 5 years. Like I said, I feel like you were like one of those guys that the true testament of hard work. And that's I admire people who work hard. I admire people who, I mean, you could have probably transferred and played more somewhere else if you wanted to earlier, but I feel like you were dedicated to a mission, and you carried it out. And congratulations, because I think you're getting what you deserve. You worked for us.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Again,
and Adam's the best reporter in business.
Well, thank you.
He doesn't get enough credit.
I did pay him to say that, so I appreciate it. Again, Matt Godin, 5-year guy, worked his ass off at Michigan.
Mike.
Undrafted free agent, headed toward the Houston Texans. Again, Keith, Tim, and Mr. Spots in Ann Arbor for hooking it up with the food. And Brooke, thanks a lot.
No problem.
She's like, no problem. Sure, here, we'll give Brooke some FaceTime. Here's Brooke.
Hi, everybody.
And Keith.
Thanks, guys, for watching.
Wing Thursdays, right?
$3. What is it? $3.50 Wing Thursday.
You own the place. I don't know.
Thursday.
He's asking me the price. I don't know. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, we'll have I'll have the feature story on Matt on FanRag Sports this weekend. Follow me on Twitter at AdamBiggers81. You can follow FanRag at FanRag_U. Had a lot of fun. I'm full. I'm gonna go home. Matt's probably gonna go somewhere and eat again.
Yeah, actually, I might.
And like 10.
I'm
and
pretty
like,
light right now.
Do we need a doggy bag? I mean, all right. Congratulations, Matt. Thanks a lot. Appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, everybody.